Hey everyone, and welcome to another recording of a online pre-modern match of Magic. I'm playing against Lester today. The deck I'm playing is a Zombie Infestation Squee discard. It's kind of like Dredgeless Dredge. It's a list that Lester sent me, and it looked pretty cool, and I'm excited to play it. Unfortunately, this hand doesn't do very much, so I'm going to have to mulligan. This hand has Zombie Infestation, which is definitely the most important card in it, and I'm going to keep it. I'm going to put a City Brass on the bottom. I don't know what Lester is playing, so we will figure it out after he plays some of the cards. I guess that makes Cabal Therapy a little harder. He gave me a list of some of the decks that he could have played, but I'm not sure which one he's on yet. Yeah, I'll lead off with the Polluted Delta. I'm not going to play Cabal Therapy yet because I don't really know what card to name. I guess Swords of Plowshares is not that good against me, so that's probably like the first card you think about it with any deck in white. But okay. I am going to I'll quick show you guys the deck list just by this. I think I need to get a swamp and then take a damage. I guess Nether Shadow. I'm trying to think if there's if I need blue mana or black mana more, I'm going to get black. And I will cast the Zombie Infestation. I would really like this to resolve, because this is really what my whole engine is set up behind. And I think every turn I'm just going to discard a Squee and another card and try and turn out an advantage with the Zombie Infestation. Alright, we got Impulse. I think one of the decks he said he might be playing was Bant Control. So, of the ones that he gave me options, I think that might be what he's playing. Okay, end of turn, I'm going to discard a Squee, and I think I'll discard a City of Brass. I don't think I need too many lands in play, because a lot of the creatures I'm just able to discard with Zombie Infestation. Okay. I'll get Squee back. Ooh, Cephalid Coliseum is a card I'm excited to cast. I'll swing in for 2. I think I'm gonna. It's interesting if I want to try and save this for a spot where I'm gonna cast Breakthrough, but then I lose a mana, which in turn would lose a card, but it would help it against counter spells. I think at this spot I'm able to. I guess I could, if I make enough creatures, then maybe just discard it to the Zombie Infestation. But I think I want to discard a land and Squee to make more creatures, and then because I might want to, I think casting this twice might be something I want to do. I'm going to try for that route. Discard another City Brass. So I have to guess that he has like Factor Fiction or something in his deck. This might be a turn like I want to cast a Cabal Therapy, because then it makes him choose of whether he wants to fact or counter it. So I will cast a Cabal Therapy. So if he lets this resolve, I think I would name Factor Fiction. I guess the other card I can name is like something like Wrath of God, but Wrath of God is not that good against this board state. So I think I'm gonna just name Factor Fiction. Alright, he's letting it resolve. So I'll go with my gut. And we'll see what's in his hand. Alright, so he had Brushland, Counterspell, Impulse, Swords, Swords. Okay. And trying to pop out his revealed cards. Okay, here we go. I want to put this graveyard back. Alright, and I guess I should have played a land. Maybe, I mean, it's not bad to have him not know about the Cephalid Coliseum. Because I do think I'm going to discard this Polluted Delta and Squee to make another token. So... right. He's casting an Impulse. The one thing that is nice right now... oh, so he got... interesting that he got 2 islands. He's gotten all islands with this Flooded Strand, so he still has to take a damage for the Swords of Plowshares if he wants to cast them. So he must be really blue-based if he's thinking about that. Because otherwise I think you might want to get one of their planes. Okay, so he played a Brushland, and it looks like he might be passing the turn again. End step, yep, I'll keep using the value of Squee and Zombie Infestation. I like this. Position seems pretty good. Right now I have 6 cards in my graveyard. It'll be 5 during my turn. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, so he is Dismantling Blow. He is... so he has Counterspell, so I think... so what I can do is I can make another token, and then I have 8 power on the board. I have the flashback Cabal Therapy. And I know 2 of the cards... I know three of his cards. One's Counterspell and 2 are Swords of Plowshares. Thing with the swords is he has to take a damage anyways. I think so. Is 6 power enough? Do I keep the 2 cards? The thing is I just don't know if I'm going to be able to resolve a spell. I don't know if it's better to have another creature. This is tricky. I think I want another guy, because I mean, like, if he needs to cast Wrath of God, then he would need to take 2 damage. So I think I'm just going to attack him for 8. Yeah, I will get this back. I was gonna say there might be. I was trying to think of a reason why I wanted this back, and I guess I cast this. I don't see what the harm. I can't think of any card that would punish me. Yeah, he's gonna counter it, but. So, I mean, the only thing I can think of to get him out of this situation is like Plains and Wrath of God, but that puts him at 1. I think I could sack 1 to get... I don't think I care about the Swords of Plowshares, so I'm just gonna pass a turn. I mean, I could name... maybe I should just name Wrath of God there. Because if he has like a Plains or something. Or maybe Decree of Justice. I guess it didn't matter. Yeah, it's like one of those situations where it's like, you're definitely an overwhelming favorite, but you want to try and think what the best way of doing it. So the sideboard of this is Tormod's Crypts against other decks, Chain of Vapors if there's problematic permanents, Chill against red decks, and then Interdict is a card that you can use against other Tormod's crypts that you have to assume other people are bringing in, because I am so graveyard based. I mean, it also does get fetch lands, but are there any cards that I don't like in this matchup? You might have to read this one. It's a 1 mana 3/2 flyer for 1 mana. Yeah, pretty good. But you have to exile top creature or card of your graveyard every turn. Also, it can just discard itself to put in the graveyard, which is sometimes relevant for cards like Ichorid or Nether Shadow or Ashen Ghoul. I don't know how many, if any, of these I'm supposed to bring in. I'm going to bring in 2 Interdicts. The Nether Shadows seem... Oh, I think it said I had 61 cards, so maybe I didn't take out the right number of cards, but... Oh, we're not supposed to sideboard. He just messaged me, so... I thought I switched the swamp out. This hand, I do not think I want. This hand seems fine. I will keep this one. Card I want to put on the bottom, I think is... I mean, I think I'm going to be casting Tolarian Winds, so it probably doesn't matter. But I guess if it gets countered, I will put the Cephalid Coliseum on the bottom. All right. Because Tolarian Winds is an instant, I'm trying to think. I feel like there might be a situation where I might be able to sneak this in like under an impulse or something. So I'm gonna wait. I guess I do have the option of playing a land and a Cabal Therapy, but that loses me 2 cards. So here, yeah, I'm gonna take this opportunity to... I'm going to... I can let it resolve, have him pick his card, and then I should get a stop on my turn. That's what I want. All right, so I'll let him pick his card, and then I'll cast Tolarian Winds. All right. Okay, well, I drew into 2 Zombie Infestation, so that's pretty sweet. Question is, how do I want to sequence if I want to try and resolve it? Because I have Cabal Therapy in the graveyard. There might be a situation where I can get that active, or just getting a 4th land to play 2 in 1 turn. We'll get this guy back. So I guess I do have 6 cards in my graveyard. I guess there is maybe some incentive to keep it in the graveyard. For Threshold for Cephalid Coliseum. Alright, in this spot, I'm going to try for a Zombie Infestation. I mean, I think it's likely to get countered, but... yeah. And I will play this Coliseum. Alright, so I want to try and figure out if there's a spot. I mean, I guess just getting another land, I could put an Ashen Ghoul from my hand into play. Ooh, this guy's great with the Cabal Therapy. So I am going to play this one. I'm not going to sacrifice it this turn. And I will use it for Cabal Therapy next turn, I think. Four mana for a Fact or Fiction. Alright. Whoa, I got a reader. I gotta read this one. Whenever a player casts a creature spell, destroy all reflections. Then that player creates an XX white reflection creature token where X is that creature converted mana cost. Why? That seems like a weird card to have in his deck. Don't think. No, it's not letting me move to second pile. Okay. I think I will. So if he won't be able to cast 2 forbids next turn, but I don't know if he has another counterspell. I'm going to have him go like this. We'll see. I'm not exactly sure how I'm supposed to split this, but kind of don't want him to Swords of Plowshares my Nether Shadow. I don't know if he would right here, but I mean, it's not like, I guess I have something like Ashen Ghoul that is a more appealing target, but having this Cabal Therapy to look at his hand is kind of part of my plan. So he took the forbid pile. So I'm going to have to name forbid with my Cabal Therapy. Okay, so now I do have the option to, well, I don't want to lead with Tolarian Winds because, well, I'm going to attack. That's what I'm going to start doing. And then I will flashback this Cabal Therapy. If he lets it resolve, I'm going to have to name forbid. Prohibit. So I am going to play a Tolarian Winds and assume this gets forbidded. And then I'm going to try and cast Zombie Infestation afterwards. So it's kind of a risky play. All right. This looks good. Perfect. This is working out just the way we wanted it to. I think I will get an island. So he's casting it with buyback. He discarded Adarkar Wastes and Brushland. Did he play an island last turn? Yes. Alright, that one resolves. I will go get an island. And get to resolve a Zombie Infestation. So, ooh, I get to activate the one that's in my graveyard too. This will be fun. I'll be going off. I think I'll be able to stack the triggers the way I want. Yeah. Casting green mana. What does he need green mana for? Something like Sylvan Library? Naturalize? Highest Blessing. He's targeting Impulse and Fact or Fiction. Okay. Can he target me? Ooh, he could have target. Oh, I guess I don't. I guess yeah, I don't have the squeeze in the graveyard. Um, I thought I did, and that would have been real juicy. But I just have the Ashen Ghoul, which doesn't look that imposing right now. But we're gonna go off here. All right. Only during your upkeep. Return this guy to the battlefield. Cool. Yes, I want to use these abilities. All right. I have 7 cards in my graveyard as well. I do have the option of playing a swamp and playing another Ashen Ghoul. But if I were to end of turn activate Cephalid Coliseum, I could draw 3 cards, probably get 1 more creature, and discard Ashen Ghoul, Squee. Oh, Ashen Ghoul, Squee, and then with the Zombie Infestation, I might get 3 creatures under it. So I'm gonna hold off. I'm going to just attack. Yeah, as long as I have Zombie Infestation in play, seems like my deck is very strong, especially against like this slow grindy decks where they're trying to trade card for card, and every turn I just get an advantage. Okay, so this is a Decree of Justice. Only getting 1 guy though, so he's gonna block the Ashen Ghoul. I'm gonna be able to get a Nether Shadow in play too. All right, let's activate this Cephalid Coliseum. Okay, I want to discard Ashen Ghoul. Then, so this triggers during my upkeep. Ashen Ghoul, Ichorid, Squee. I will also discard Squee and City of Brass. I'm drawing my sideboard card, oops. Alright, so should get a bunch of triggers. Let's pop out this graveyard. Okay, so I have Ichorid, Nether Shadow, and 2 Squees. Also, I have 2 Ashen Ghouls. So I think I will exile this Ashen Ghoul, come back, then this one, and then I'll exile the Ichorid to this and exile the Nether Shadow. So let's do this. Oh, I have to place them on the stack first. Okay, so I want this Squeeze to come back last. I guess I can respond to these Ichorid triggers. Okay, so here, now I can put Ashen Ghoul, a black, put into play. Why am I enjoying this? Put this other one in play. This is going to trigger. I'm going to exile this Nether Shadow. I'm killing him. I guess if he has Decree Justice, I'm kind of sad. But I mean, I'm really only exiling another Shadow. I'm not paying that much to get these Ashen Ghouls into play, just paying mana. Okay, we'll exile this Nether Shadow. And we'll return these. I got another Ichorid. All right. Lester has messaged me that I have won this game. And so just so we are able to, because we can't play best of 5, so I'm going to concede this game and then we can play the third one and he'll be on the play. So now I'm able to sideboard and oh, this is just a 61 card deck. Or I think I am supposed to take out this swamp. I think in my deck building that's not supposed to be there. I think it's not actually a 61 card deck. But yeah, I guess since I already sideboarded, I mean the Nether Shadows are food for like Ichorid because I don't really want to exile the other cards. But I don't know, it maybe yeah. I think I like it like this. I don't know how many Tormod's Crypts will be coming in, but we'll play this. I want to take this opportunity to say this video is made possible by DojoTradeBots. So if any of you guys play Magic online, you should check out DojoTradeBots for all your trading and tickets. Definitely a good source for that. And then if you're into paper, check out the Dojo Paper Outlet is one of their TCG player selling account. So if you're interested in buying cards and supporting Dojo Trade, that is a way to thank them for making these videos possible. Okay, so I chose not to play first because I'm assuming that Lester wanted to play because we're assuming that he lost the last game. I have to mulligan. Yeah, I think I have to mulligan. I guess I said oh, this is much better. And much better, I mean it just has a zombie infestation. I am going to put the City of Brass in the bottom. I'm going to wait to cast this Careful Study until points where I know I can discard stuff. Yeah, I think so. I think I would want to do that. All right. Maybe I lied. I'm going to cast a Careful Study. I might be having to discard actual spells though. That's the thing I didn't really want to do. So we'll see what comes off this Careful Study. Interdict, and I'm going to discard City of Brass, Underground River. I don't think you need that many lands, so and this might come into play either for a Tormod's Crypt or I might actually want to use it on a fetch land, possibly a Flooded Strand. All right. So, okay, so I have a choice. Do I run out the Zombie Infestation? I am going to attempt to interdict him, and maybe this is greedy, but activated ability, artifact, creature, or land. I just want to double check that worked. And here we go. Does it feel good? Feels pretty good. All right, this is one we haven't seen. So it kind of has ability. It comes back to your hand beginning of the end step. So it would be for both turns, which is interesting. But it has to have a creature directly above it. All right. Given that I have 3 zombie infestations, I'm going to try and run out one. And I think I will play the Cephalid Coliseum and then hopefully draw a swamp. I'm assuming this is getting countered. Oh. Okay. Does that change how I want to do anything? I don't think anything right now. Interesting. Does he have a way to remove this? Yeah, I'm not sure. I just wasn't expecting that zombie infestation to resolve. I was thinking I was going to have to spend my next turns casting the other ones in my hand. Alright, so he has an impulse. The only problem right now is I can't really take advantage of this zombie infestation that much. I don't have the squeeze. I do have a Krovikan Horror, but I need if I had two of them, that'd be nice. Um, okay. The question is, do I want to make something at the end of his turn? I think I do. I'm going to discard a Zombie Infestation and a Krovikan Horror. I guess that's kind of telling that I don't have another creature in my hand, or at least one that I'm not willing to discard, which is all my creatures I think I'm willing to discard, so... I'm going to attack. I do have an option to break through for 2. I'm trying to think if the cards that I draw, if I'm able to discard those first, or if this breakthrough will go on top of this Krovikan Horror. I'm not sure. Question is, do I need to cast spells right now? I'm gonna wait a turn, and do it on like his Fact or Fiction turn, because there's really not much he can do. As I okay, so he has an impulse. Alright, I don't think I want to do anything at the end of his turn. Alright, so this Polluted Delta is good because I do have the ability to get Threshold. Problem is, if I use it, then that horror is for sure locked. I still could use like the horror for something like to exile to a Ichorid, but it being live, I think, is the nicest thing. So does that mean I have to break through for 2? Which I think is fine because there's not really that many cards that I want to keep. I'm gonna try this. X is 2. Okay, so I got another horror. Ooh, and a discard 5 cards. I'm definitely discarding this horror first. I want the Cabal Therapy, and then I think it's either Careful Study or Polluted Delta. So I'm only gonna get back one of the horrors. I think I want this Careful Study Polluted Delta would allow me to play this Cabal Therapy this turn. I think I'm gonna do that. I also could keep Breakthrough, but since I have Cephalid Coliseum, I'm rethinking whether I want Breakthrough or Polluted Delta. I think I want to cast the Cabal Therapy this turn, so. I guess another Breakthrough would have been really good to try and get like a Squee, because that makes the Krovikan Horrors a lot more powerful. Alright, I think the card I just named here is Factor Fiction. Oh, I missed. Okay. It's Teferi's Moat. I don't think I could do anything about that. That sure makes things awkward. I guess if he lets me, I'll take Teferi's Moat, but I think he might counter this one. Counterspell is used. I'll bring this guy back. Alright, so if Teferi's Moat is coming down, my game plan is kill him with a bunch of these and a Circling Vultures. I might have to bring in the Chain of Vapors, at least one or two, just so I have an out to a card like Teferi's Moat. Be able to attack with Squee if I have a City of Brass. But yeah, I think my chances are pretty low once this comes into play. Alright, he'll name black. And I'm in trouble. Alright, I'll activate this. Ooh. Well. Should I get on my... I guess I just gonna try and get on my Circling Vultures beat down. We'll discard. Yep, this. Let's cast the beatdown. Let's see if he can get there. You gotta have hope. I mean, you just gotta have hope. I mean, Swords of Plowshares actually is not that good against me, so maybe there's a chance that he took some out. I do. Because I can always put this back in the graveyard with the Zombie Infestation. Because I only have I have to exile a card every turn. Top creature, though I guess I have 3 right now. Alright. I'll make this a little smaller. Yep. Alright, see ya, Ashen Ghoul. Coco Gadget, Circling Vultures. I am going to cast this Krovikan Horror because if it's in play, then I can deal a damage. And I can always put it back in the graveyard with its ability. I guess if it gets Swords to Plowshare, then that's a little unfortunate, but he's going to target this one first, so. I guess he has Wrath of God, we know. So this might be a spot where he's wrathing. Alright. I'm guessing whatever card he's getting with this Enlightened Tutor. Oh god. Alright. If he doesn't cast Wrath of God, then I will continue playing. But if he casts Wrath of God, then I'm going to concede. I don't know why he wouldn't cast Wrath of God. Okay, he's got this one locked up. Alright, we're looking at sideboarding. I do want some Chain of Vapors. I don't think I need that many. Cards that I want to cut. I think the Nether Shadow is the lower power one. How many interdicts do I want? I mean, I didn't see any Tormod scripts, but doesn't mean he doesn't have any. And it's not like it's the worst because he has some Flooded Strand. Does it do much of anything else? It's only activated, it's not triggered ability. I am just going to. I guess I have that random swamp that I don't think should be in there. Maybe I'd just rather have another Chain of Vapor. Compost is pretty annoying, so. Alright, we'll try this. Not sure how it'll go. I feel like I liked the matchup a lot more before I knew which sideboard cards he had. And now I'm a lot more scared. Is this good enough to keep? Like, this hand does nothing but resolve a Zombie Infestation. I think I'm going to keep this. Like, I think this card is just that important. And, like, being on the play and knowing that it's going to resolve, I'm going to do it. Alright, end of turn. I'll just get a swamp. Okay, so now the question is, at the end of his turn, I'm going to discard... Oh, do I want to discard the Ashen Ghouls? I guess there's a world where I get to 4 mana. I guess it depends on what he's going to get here. Like if he's composting here, then I'm definitely just going to pitch that Ashen Ghouls. But the question is whether I'm going to discard like Swamp and Underground River to put in another 2/2 to put on the pressure. It's kind of like going all in, but if I ever get to the point where I can activate these Ashen Ghouls, like him being at a low life total might... Yeah, okay. So I'm definitely... Oh, I want to respond to this compost. Be funny if I decked him. I don't think that's... Oh, it's a May ability. Yep. Yep, I'll discard these two. I'm going to be attacking. Okay, so the question is, now, do I want to play a Cephalid Coliseum? I don't know if there's much benefit to doing it this turn because I could always do it next turn. I'm going to keep it in my hand because I might want to make another zombie at the end of his turn. Seal of Cleansing. Okay, so thought process now. I'm going to have 6 cards in my graveyard because of the zombie infestation. Presumably he's going to use it right away. The question is if I'm going to get to activate Cephalid Coliseum quicker and be able to trigger one of the Ashen Ghouls, or maybe even 2. Because if I got 2 of them, I guess I only have 1 black mana. I would put him to, I guess I'll wait till the end. Well, I guess I'm not going to know if he has a land drop here. I was going to say, if he's going to do it later, I know whether he has a land. Oh, he's not using it right now. Interesting. What is he waiting for? Is he worried about Interdict? Oh man, this is great. I guess I'm gonna wait then. Perfect. Yeah, that's great. So I will. I guess the one downside is if I'm drawing black cards, I have to discard them, and he is compost. So maybe I don't. I'm gonna attack. Question is, if he's breaking the Seal of Cleansing. Am I discarding Squee to Zombie Infestation or to Cephalid Coliseum? And I think I actually want to do it to Cephalid Coliseum. I guess he still has... I guess there's still 5 cards in the graveyard. I was thinking that there were... Okay. So this is his turn. If I make a zombie now, then on upkeep, I can activate. So yeah, I am going to discard this now. So my plan is to have 6 zombies in play and then get 1 activation of an Ashen Ghoul. Because during my upkeep, I am going to activate Cephalid Coliseum. Might be a little bit awkward because he might get a bunch of cards with compost, but I guess the question is, if he taps out, then I'm just going to do it at the end of his turn, so he has to discard additional cards. The guy is blessing me. So if he is not casting anything, the card that matters the most right now is Swords of Plowshares. And he doesn't have land, so I am not going to... I'm not going to activate Cephalid Coliseum during my upkeep now. Because if he had more mana, since he just doesn't have any lands, I'm just going to keep attacking. Okay, so this have a Swords of Plowshares, but he's at 8 and he's taking... Alright, so from the spot, there are 2 Ashen Ghouls, there are no creatures. So if going to activate the Cephalid Coliseum, put 1 Squee, I would need 1 other creature to get 1 Ashen Ghoul, and 2 creatures to get both Ashen Ghouls. But to get 2 creatures, I need to have the City Brass in play so that I can activate both. Given that I have 4 power, I don't think the extra Ashen Ghoul makes a difference. So I'm going to keep the City of Brass in my hand. I'm going to activate the Cephalid Coliseum at the end of his turn. If I do have to discard one black card, then he'll have to discard a card. Because he would draw from Compost and then have 8. Alright, during his end step. I'm going to discard. I did not hit a creature. Squee. I mean, this might all not make a difference. Squee, Careful Study, and City Brass. I will return the Squee through a Breakthrough. Alright. I guess if he has a Source of Plowshares, then I'll just resolve a Zombie Infestation. This is definitely very difficult from Lester's perspective since he only has 2 mana, and his lands are both pain lands. Okay, he does have a Swords. He'll go to 1. I have a Zombie Infestation. I don't think there's much he can do from this spot. He's found a 3rd land. Not a great one, though. Alright, well, it looks like the turn 2 Zombie Infestation and my opponent getting stuck on 2 mana for most of the game was enough.